Hi guys, so welcome to S-TechMatrix. So in this first video of our computer network series, we are going to learn the most basic and important one. What exactly computer network and why do we use it every single day without even realizing it. So we will look into it briefly. So networks. Basically a network is a set of device that is connected by a communication link. So this is actually what is our networks. So in a computer network is simply a connection of two or more devices, likely a computer or smartphones, printers, servers that are connected together, so they can share some data or communicate with someone else or and for work purpose also. So think of it like this: if two phones are connected and can send message to each other, that is a network. If 100 computers in a school lab can access the same internet connection, then that is also a network. If millions of devices around the world are connected, that form that forms the internet, the biggest network in existence. Okay, so why do we need this computer network? Without networks, every device would be isolated, so we can't connect with one mobile to another mobile or some like. So you couldn't send message or browse websites, or you can't watch videos or transfer some files to your friends or colleagues. So network makes communication fast, easy, and it also global. So we need network for communication, file sharing, resource sharing, internet access, and online service like UPI, banking, shopping, social media. So basically, network is the backbone of modern life. Almost everything we do online depends on the network. So for an example, if you see in real life example, so let's look at some simple example as for now. So your home Wi-Fi is a network connecting by your TV, phone, laptop, and maybe a printer. And your college computer lab is a network connecting dozens of systems. When you do UPI payment, your bank, merchant, and UPI server communicate through networks. Apps like Instagram, Gmail, WhatsApp, YouTube, Twitter all work because millions of computers are connected to a huge network. So even if you don't see it, networks are working behind every second. So how does the network actually works? So we will look into it. When you send something over internet like a message or video, if it doesn't go as one of the big file, it may gets broken into a tiny piece called packets. Okay, so for an example, um, so here person 1 and the person 2, sender and receiver. Okay, he's sending some data, for an example video file. So what this will do, this will travel through routers if wired connection. If wireless, then it will be transmitting to some through a protocol or routers or Wi-Fi connection. So move across certain cables and pass through switches and reach the destination. So this transmission medium can be anything. It can be cable or router or anything. So it will reaches the destination, and then it gets reassembled into final messages or video here. So if it's like sending a big box by delivering into a small parcel. All parcels reaches the destination and then gets combined again. So the packet system makes network fast and reliable. Okay. So here mostly in this networks we have two types. We have two types. One is wired and another one is wireless. Okay. So wired, it seems using some cables like using Ethernet, HDMI, etc. Wireless, it seems using Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Bluetooth, etc. Okay, so this is the big, both do the same job, helping devices to communicate, but it depends wired and wireless. Wireless, so it will be using some Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and hotspot, the internet, mobile internet, and everything. We can, for file transfer we can use many things for file transfer, quick share, anything like that. So both do the same job, helping device communicate. So mostly in schools, if you see, they will be using wired connections. In our home, we will be using wireless connections. Okay. So data communication. So if you come into data communication system has just a minute. Data communication system has five components. One is, so now we will be seeing computer network exists for one main purpose, that is data communication, which means sending and receiving a data between two or more devices. For data communication to happen, we need sender and then receiver and message medium. Okay, message medium. I will write it here. Hmm. Medium and then a protocol. So these five, one, two, three, four, five. So this five is very important for the data communication to happen from one end to another end. So if you see what is the use of sender, means he, the device sending data and the device receiving data, sender and receiver. So the message is because the data being sent. So this is the data being sent, and the medium, like you can use Wi-Fi, cable, or fiber, something else. Okay, protocol is like rules that control how data is sent. So all communication, it can be a message, video, photo, anything, follows this five basic elements. How the data communication actually happens. Okay. So now we have seen what is data communication and why it is important and everything. So now we will see how data flows in a network. Data flow concept. So data doesn't always flow in the same way. There are three main types of data flow. For example, we have three main types of data. One is simplex, then half duplex, then full duplex. So your communication between two devices can be these three, anything like a simplex or half duplex or full duplex. So if you see, so simplex, so data moves in only one direction. Here it sender is sending and the data moves only in this direction. For an example, we can take as TV broadcast. Okay, so this is only a one-way communication. In half duplex, when you see a sender, receiver, and the receiver, and so sender will send a data moves both the way. Okay, so first sender will send a data to the receiver, so after he receives, he will acknowledge. So this from here to here, then he will send an acknowledge to the receiver. Okay, so data, but not at So when he sends data, after it reaches the receiver only, he can acknowledge it using, he can send some data or he can acknowledge. It, the communication can't happen at the same time. It, it, it first communication should complete and then the next communication should start in half duplex. But in full duplex, if you see, data moves both ways at the same time. For an example, consider that, like imagine that you are in a phone call. So this person one and person two, you both can speak at a time. Yeah, phone call. So you both can speak at a time, so that the data flow method decides how devices communicate with each other inside a network. Okay. So simplex, it seems it's a one-way direction. We only sender can send the data to the receiver, and the receiver can only receive it. For an example, TV broadcast, and for half duplex, sender can send the data, and then they can get an acknowledge, or the receiver can acknowledge to the sender, but not at the same time. After the first communication ends, then the next communication starts. In full duplex, both happens at the same time. Both moves, data move can happen at the same time. For an example, phone call. Okay. So in summary, we have seen, to summarize this, a, a computer network connects to a more devices, so that they can communicate and share data and access the resources. If it is a foundation of an entire digital world, then this is the foundation for the entire digital world. So we need networks in a day-to-day life to communicate with each one else. So thank you guys. More, so we will be seeing more in computer networks in further videos.